Jesus, that's a big bloody emote. Although actually, I assume that was where the 30 bits came from. The gigantifying emote thing. I've never used that before. Is it muted on my phone? Yes, good. Right. So, that's the wrong overlay. that's the old December one. Right. So what we're gonna do today? I've got another board. Some may remember from the last time we had a look at the Core 2 Quad machine that it was having some issues, like the PCI slot's not working and the onboard Ethernet not working, and it's probably just kind of fucked in general. So I've had a dig around and I found another board. It's an Asus P5K. All the capacitors and stuff look good on it, and I've done a little bit of just making sure it powers on and, like, you know, doesn't catch fire. You know, put a new CMOS battery in it. So what I think we're going to do is, because I am not rebuilding this thing a third time, we're going to do some tests on the board that we've got while it's on the test bench. If I was smart, what I would do, let's get the camera up. No. Let's type droid into the Windows search bar and it's like, oh, you mean Broadcom? No, I did not. I really need to find a better. I've got a fucking camera that I need to get mounted, but the issue is just getting the capture from the video. The Elgato probably would be the best move, but it's actually at work. So I've been using it to capture product footage. Is that gonna just work? It is. Let's see. Ah! So, this is the board. In all 7 FPS glory. So at the minute, it's just got a gig of RAM, a Core 2 Duo, and this placeholder 750 just as a video output. Just to make sure it works. I've got a different heatsink. It's still an Intel stock cooler, but it's one of the taller Intel stock coolers that I was using with a quad-core Xeon. That I'm going to put on the other board just to keep temperatures down a little bit more. Really, ideally, I should get a proper cooler for it, but I've not wanted to spend a ton of money on this machine. And like the 750 is just here because I know it goes, and I can't find my testing Quadro. We also don't have a drive or anything at the minute, but that's because we're just going to do some tests. But yeah, so lots of expansion ports. You see the nice shiny heat pipe. And if that doesn't work, in this box that does not have an H310 board in it, we have a P5K SE that I can also try and use. Obviously, we'll use the full fat P5K first. I thought I had a different board kicking around, one that was DDR2 and DDR3, but it might have gone walkabout. This board, I'm shocked, works. The amount of dust and shit that was in it, because it was stored near the front of the garage, not in a box. So like lawn clippings and shit blew in. I had to give it a good blowout with the sort of air duster before I powered it on. That's enough of that. Let's Off. And let me switch it on and do some tests. Compressed air. Can. Nothing special. It's a can of fucking compressed air from PB Tech. I want to get an air compressor, but I can't justify spending the money on an air compressor for all the like noise and shit too. For how little I'd use it. I thought I'd put a new CMOS battery in this, but I might not have. That's no matter. I have 3 more brand new sitting in the packet. Air compressor just comes so in handy, especially because I can fully justify it as a business expense. Because, you know, I repair computers. I probably should clean the computers too. and I do, for the most part. So I'm just going to turn this off while I swap the CMOS battery out. But it's just every time I go to look at them, it's like, I don't need such a giant one. And the little ones all have, like, not great reviews. Oh, yeah, for sure. No, I wasn't even going to bother with the, like, ones built for computers, because, like, anecdotally, like, growing up, I've always just used, like, Dad's big giant air compressor that he's got for, like, you know, like, inflating tires and shit, like, out in his shed. I just don't have access to that when I live 5 hours away now. But, like, you know, growing up, it'd be like, oh, dust in my computer, I'll just go down to Dad's shed and use his air compressor. As long as I put everything away, he wouldn't even notice. Nor would he care. I brought it up to him once. I was like, do you mind if I use the air compressor? And he's like, as long as you put everything away, no. Weird. I think his battery was brand new, but oh well. Let's get the CMOS set up. I have also thought about that too. My brother's got one of those little airbrush air compressors because he does Warhammer. And I've thought about it. I don't know how effective it'd be. And it's like, would I just be better off just buying like a small one from the like Bunnings or Super Cheap or Mitre 10 or whatever? Because like I don't need anything brand name. Like, it's being used to clean computers. No. It's 21. And it is the 7th. Oh, well, it's the 19th of the 7th, 2025. We're not going to have a floppy drive. The other machine is currently set as IDE. Yeah, this has just got an E7500 in it right now for testing. I'm trying to think, because I think my optical drive might be IDE. Oh no, it's SATA. No, this machine's got SATA. I get confused because I've got a really nice Hitachi IDE DVD drive that is like, you know, rock solid that I try to use for these sort of things. But it's not in this machine because it's not black. Makes more sense to me in current process. Yeah, all these is like, there's not really much you can fuck up. Modern machines is like way too many settings, which like if I go into like here and start messing around with these things, so we catch it on fire, but nah, most of this shit is pretty straightforward. Game Micron eSATA PATA controller. Leave it on for now, but I don't think we're using it. Because it's on the test bench. You know, best not to assume things too much yet. Alright. Yeah, pretty cool bias startup screen too. AI lifestyle. Very ahead of its time. Cool. So that's where I want it to be for now. Now what I want to do is I do want to boot it up with like Hirons or something first. Stress test the board as is. Just before I take my other machine apart and fucking move everything into there and then find out it's going to play out. So what we're going to do... We'll grab the almighty Asus lap. Acer. Also turn the music up. I really need to figure out how to set that like volume leveling shit up in Winamp. Oh, I should probably also, for those who haven't seen, just explain where I have been the last couple days. So I've been in and out of the doctors, sort of Thursday, Friday. Some of you will know. The guys in the Retro Computing Discord will know. But just for everyone else, I've been in and out of the doctors. They've been trying to now whether I've got, or whether I had, appendicitis or a kidney stone. Because Thursday morning I woke up with sort of a lot of pain on my right hand side, like enough where it was like holy shit, like I this is either hospital or like I don't know, my day has come. So I went to doctors. They just run some tests. I've had fucking just about every test you can bloody have. Blood test, ultrasound, x-ray, urine test, another urine test. And we've pretty much narrowed it down to I've either got or have passed a kidney stone. Fuck, they hurt. Holy moly. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. That shit sucked. I say sucked because I'm in like no pain currently and I haven't had a painkiller in like 48 hours. So like I'm pretty sure the worst of it is over. Knock on wood. But yeah, that's why I don't think anyone's in it, but I have a schedule posted up on the Kiwi Retro Lab Discord. Both to try and hold myself accountable, because if you're paying money, I should really be doing this. You know, not just sitting on on the money coming in every month. But also just, you know, it means I can plan things out, make sure things are ready. And pretty much none of the things I scheduled for this week happened because I wasn't feeling it on Tuesday and then I got sick. So I figured I should probably do something today. And now we're here. So yeah, plan is next week we're going to sort of retempt a few more of the things. I really want to get Game Sampler 3 done before August because I think it'd be pretty cool to put that out for August. Oh, thank you.
William Chi just subscribed.
I appreciate that. What was I saying? I've still got to figure out exactly what I say during these things, but you know, it's not a you know, no obligation. I gotta keep doing this stuff. Sort of, no matter. I've been getting way more retro computer stuff done ever since I started doing this. It's become a problem though, because there'll be times I'm out here working on something, you know, just by myself, and I start talking as if I've got the stream open. I'm talking to people, but I'm just in here alone by myself. The stream computer's turned off. And I'll be like, oh yeah, right, so we're just going to do this now. And I'm just like, why am I talking to myself? I'm mentally insane. It's quite funny. Especially because I'm not a quiet person, so I'm sure, like, my flatmates in the house or, like, my neighbours can probably hear me talking to myself. And they're probably like, the fuck's he doing? Fuck are they? I don't know. Right. Man, having this computer here is so handy. It's like a burner laptop that doesn't have anything on it that can get me in trouble. Especially because we avoid the torrent folder, the Linux ISO folder. I think on the root of here. Ah, there we go. Oh, we got an emote approved too. Uh-oh. AMD Fine Wine Technology. I thought it was very appropriate for this channel, given how often I am an AMD fanboy. I also could not think of anything else to use as emotes. So anyone who's tier 1 or above gets that one. I am waiting to hear back from an actual artist about getting some emotes commissioned, because I can't draw for shit, and I'd rather not just have all my emotes be plagiarizing large multinational corporations' logos. It did cross my mind. I need to talk to Ento, because straight up, it's gonna sound shit of me. I've never watched his streams. I went and looked through the VODs the other day because I wanted to see what her art style was like. Because, I don't want to ask someone if they just, draw in a certain way. No, can you please draw this way? But it did cross my mind. So I'm waiting to hear back from this other one first. I went through some commissioning platform. I think VTubers use it for getting their models and shit done. But it did cross my mind to maybe go through Ento or someone like that, and rather than just randomly be like, hi, yeah, I know your partner, draw me things and I give you money. To me that feels a bit weird, even though that's sort of, I assume, how that whole industry just kind of works. That down a bit. It's all a little bit new to me, but it's sort of, if you're going to pay me money, I'd rather you got something out of it, even if it is some fucking icons. And there is a subscriber Discord. There's nothing in it apart from the schedule, but anyone can see it. So no pressure to be there. It's just more, I feel obligated. If you are giving me money, I gotta do something for it. And don't give me money for free. That's dumb. I gotta do something to earn that money, other than yell at the computer and cause mass brain cell death. Yeah, whatever. Fucking emails. Yeah, pretty much. That's not even getting into it. It is I do have to actually things sit around, and if I'm not using them, then they really shouldn't be here. This is a great excuse to use them. And it's also oh fuck, hold on. One moment, let me plug an Ethernet cable in, otherwise we're gonna be here forever. Yeah, they're not happening. None of my cars can really leave the Auckland Hamilton area at the minute. Although that could be a somewhat interesting stream. Hopefully next week. I should be receiving my TechStream cable that I ordered off AliExpress. I'm just going to cancel this because I'm going to disconnect the Wi-Fi. Just so it only uses the Ethernet. There we go. What was I going to say? Yeah, so my TechStream cable should be arriving because I really want to narrow down before I send the car into the mechanical auto electrician what the fuck's going on with it. And because it's not giving me codes, I just want to test the circuits, and apparently the best way to do, well, the only way to do that is with a Toyota TechStream cable and the Toyota TechStream software, because that's what the dealership uses. I now have the software thanks to the bro on AliExpress sending me a download link. Very legitimate copy. And the cable is on its way. So that could be an interesting stream. We diagnose what the fuck's wrong with my car. Rufus. Something different at least. And yeah, it's probably not going to be super interesting because it probably just boiled down to, yes, the sensor is not good. We knew this already. Oh, I gotta change this to MBR. Go. Oh no. That's fine. Yeah, so, oh, fuck. Once again, I really need to figure out how to do the volume leveling thing on Winamp. I had a quick look one day, but I couldn't figure it out. What was I saying? Yes. Fixing the car. Yeah, it might be something we have a look at next week. I'm pretty certain it's just going to give me the same answer that I was already aware of, which is, the sensor is dead. The fans turn on if you make them turn on. Could be the hack though. Go for a drive, just make sure I got the laptop in it. Be like driving a Civic. The Civic with the laptop, more like Camry with the laptop. That's just to turn the fans on. After my hoary hack to wire up the fans did not work. And a shock to absolutely no one. But yeah, so that should be interesting. And if not, I was just kind of cool, or kind of shocked at how easy it was to get the bloody dealership software. Cape Town, Johannesburg, Grand Shed Drive. Jesus Christ, yeah, nah, stuff that. The most I'll do in a day is the like 5 hours from like Hamilton down to my parents' place. Or like the 6, I guess, if I go to Palmerston North first and then come back up to my parents' place from Palmy. Just adds an extra hour. Any more than that, like, I wouldn't go from like here to Wellington in one shot, which is why I wasn't going to when the car decided it wasn't even going to get to my parents' place. You know, I was only really going to go to mum and dad's, stop, then keep going. I just don't trust the car, and also like, I'm always quite buggered after the 5-hour drive, even though I don't think of it as much, because you just sort of look at the road, turn the wheel, not crash. Apparently that's actually quite taxing, and by the end of it, like, me tired. I always have like a really good sleep. It makes mum and dad laugh, because like I get home, I have like dinner with them. About 8 o'clock, I'm in bed, and like I'm just like conked out, and they just crack up, because like any other night I'd be like, he's going to sleep at 2 in the morning. I'm sure it does, but the cruise control on my car, it just like locks the accelerator. It'll crash if you want it to. Toyota expects you to pay attention. It's just to rest your right foot. Oh, I fucking miss it. Driving up to Auckland in the Honda, which does not have cruise control. My foot was sore. It doesn't help that car's a lot smaller than the Camry. The Camry is quite a... The reason I love the Camry, right, and I love Camrys in general, is they're quite big cars. They're not like massive, but because I'm about 6 foot and I'm quite fat, I can fit in them and comfortably. Especially this one that's built for fat Australians. Sometimes the Japanese ones are sort of a bit of a struggle. But, yeah, it's just sort of... It means that it's quite a comfortable drive, even if I do have to, do the pedals myself. Not use cruise control. Because I rented a Ford Puma. It was like a recent year one. Last year when my car was having oxygen sensor problems. And that thing was cramped. Like, I should have got a bigger car. They offered me like a Hyundai or something. I was like, no, I'll take the Ford. I should have taken the Hyundai. It probably would have been a nicer fit. But yeah, no, it was just sort of cramped as compared to the Camry. Everything sort of pales in comparison to the Camry, to be fair. It is God's greatest invention. Oh. To be fair, I think mine just pulls the cable. The like accelerator cable goes into this like little box in the engine bay, and then goes back out and like into the intake. I don't know if it's a vacuum one. I think mine's probably electric, but like, no, I don't know how it works. All I know is I push the button and it comes on, and it's one of the few things that has always worked. I've never had any problems with it. Sometimes car be like shift gear funny, and it makes me nervous. Sometimes it overheats and make me nervous. Sometimes it runs out of battery and make me nervous. It's cruise control, it always just works. I perhaps should have picked a better USB stick. It's taking a while. I wonder if fucking antivirus is on. This computer not the fastest. What? It's a 5th or 6th Gen i5. Maybe this will make it go faster. Put all the viruses on there. No way, guys. Did you know the antivirus is turned off? Fuck, I should have just burnt a DVD and plugged a DVD drive into this thing. Or like net booted the fucking ISO. I used to have a net boot set up in here. But that was when the stream PC was on the bench. And I need the bench space, so it is not on the bench anymore. It is shoved in the corner. It's also like the most reliable computer I own, to be honest. Sort of a, what is it? 4th Gen i5, I think? 1060, 16 gig RAM. All it does is run OBS and like Discord. Does that pretty well. I feel no need to upgrade it to 11. I should probably put an antivirus on it, like ESET or something. Which reminds me, I gotta head up those guys. I need another, not for resale license. Mine's about to expire. Yeah. Oh, something we're gonna do next week. I've still got to go through those fucking cards from April. Not only the ones that I need to sell that are still in the boot of the car. But I also need to go through the stuff that I got from you guys. Like the Voodoo 3 is still sitting here, not tried at all. There's a couple Sound Blasters. There's a Sound Blaster Live in there, and I don't know, the small form factor Sound Blaster. I forget what it's called. But it's all stuff I've got to give a go. At some point, there will be the cavalcade of computer hardware. I mean, that's what it's advertised as. Doesn't mean it's a good one. You know, like, it's not going to live permanently in the bloody P3 or anything. The P3 is pretty much set in stone at this point because it all works. You know, it's got the Audigy 2 with the front drive bay, the Zip 100 drive, the TI 4200, 384 mega RAM. It is like perfect and will not be getting messed with anytime soon. Now that it's like 2000s all installed. Fourth gen Xeon has well, and third gen i5 keep knocking around 5 jobs. Yeah, I mean, they're just quite handy because they're still fully capable computers for, like, you know, the odd thing. They're not gaming machines nowadays. Like, unless you're playing older games, then it's probably fine. As my flatmate found, he was rocking a 4790 for ages, and it was, I forget what it was. It might have been Helldivers 2, possibly. That, like, he was getting some massive CPU bottlenecks in, which is odd because, you know, he's 4790 with 1080. And, you know, everything else worked fine. Oh, it was also hosting Paradox games, like EU4 and Hearts of Iron 4 and Crusader Kings. His computer would struggle a bit compared to, like, mine or my flatmates. So we're both on Ryzen machines. But we got him up to the hand-me-down parts from my machine. And then got a good deal on some DDR4. Get him up to 32 gig. Ah, it was Escape from Tarkov. That's what it was. But yeah, no, it was like solid machine up until we were trying to play modern games on it. But then there were also modern games that were like maxing out my like Ryzen 5 5600 and like RTX 3070. Legit Windows 8 era, full touch 27-inch, no power supply. That would make sense. It's an Acer all-in-one. I don't know about you. I fucking hate all-in-ones. I'm gonna be honest. If it were easier to use them as just screens when the hardware is obsolete, I wouldn't care as much because some of them have quite nice screens, but I fucking hate them otherwise. Just because it's like you're getting a laptop motherboard for a desktop price. I could sell you a custom built machine that I put together myself and make a pretty decent profit on it for the same price as an all-in-one. I mean, for that sort of thing, yeah. I always consider just chucking like a NUC or something, or a Raspberry Pi. Okay, right, I presume that's automatic. And now it just won't let you chat, or I have to do something. Okay, there we go. So I don't remember how many. Yes, you see my rewards currency. They're called bytes because bits and bytes, and I'm not very creative. For 2 minutes, all right. Yeah, you're a moderator. That lets you get past it. Let me. I've got a timer running for 1:30 because I think it's been about 30 seconds. What was I saying? Oh yeah, hate all-in-ones. Yeah. Yeah, all-in-one bad. For like just music or like YouTube or whatever, not the end of the world. I've considered just like putting a Pi here. What I've got sitting in the fucking bedroom is that I need to bring out here is a Logitech Bluetooth receiver. It takes Bluetooth and turns it into RCA. That way I can add Bluetooth to my 90s Sony stereo. And then I just Bluetooth my phone up to it and Spotify. It's either going in here or it's going in the Honda. Because the FM transmitter that I've got in there currently, it makes a horrendous noise because something in the computers and electronics of the car interferes with it. The aux port. Okay, so that's a minute and a half up. Let me. What was I saying? Yeah, the aux port. It's kind of annoying. I hate having to plug a phone cable or aux cable into my phone, especially because this phone doesn't have a headphone jack. It's only got Type C, which means I can't charge the phone if I want to have music in the car. Which, like, if I'm going on a trip, like when I went to Auckland last weekend. Last weekend? Yeah, last weekend. That was sort of pain in the bum. No, fair enough. I turned on a few of the funny ones, like, you can time other people out for enough points. We can run ads and things like that. I've still got to figure out the whole ads thing. Because ideally I'd like it to tell me when we're running an ad so that I can, like, not do anything interesting. Yeah, you can. Can be told to drink water with soda. Fuck, that was funny. Never seen a man so pissed off to have to drink water. It's like, oh, fuck off. Jesus. I get it. It's like, you don't have to drink it right then and there. Oh, it's annoying too, because do I have that turned on before I tell that? I think I do. I do, and it's definitely not expensive enough. Really, we should run an ad now, because it's going to take fucking ages. Oh, in my mind, the points are free. You get them just for watching. You can wait. If you pay me money, that's different. I've got to do it right then and there. If you're like $5, like cluck like a chicken, I'm not going to do it because I've just said that, and you fuckers, I can't be trusted with money. But you know, it's sort of money makes it worth more. So that's my flatmate, who I've had a thing once years ago on my other account, and I was like, donate $20 and I'll read some cringe like copy pasta like rap song out. I didn't think anyone would do it. This fucker, I forget he works full time, and bro just hits it with the immediate $20. I'm like, oh shit, Now, if I was broke enough, I'd probably consider doing that again. 100,000 Zimbabwe dollars. That's a nice 5 cents. Yeah, see, that's why the donation thing requires you to log in with Twitch. That way I'll know. If it's actually Mr. Breast, then you have to log in. And I want that shit in USD, because that gives me more New Zealand dollars. Then I can go to the pokies and lose it all, as God intended. Sky City Casino stream, where I get kicked out by the bouncers. And some old lady touches me while I'm at the ATM. That was weird. I should clarify where it was just like she just sort of brushed past way too close and like said something to me. I'm pretty sure she was like off her face drunk, but it was just kind of like, the fuck, lady, I'm just trying to get out my savings so I can go and lose it at the pokies. Can you not like touch me? My account, no, it's not big enough for like, you know, gold diggers to come around and like molest me at the ATM. I should also preface this with, I've been to the casino once. And that was a mate of mine. We were having drinks before he moved over to Australia. And we were having a meal at Sky City because they got a bunch of restaurants in the Hamilton one. And afterwards we were like, fuck it, you want to go for a punt? You know, special occasion. And then all my money was gone. Turns out I don't really know how to play the pokies, and yeah, you push the wrong buttons and then it's like, boom, all your money gone again. How did that happen? Fuck, this is taking a while. Go away, Facebook. I just want to test this, make sure this board's good. And it's like, now we got to copy Office. Very slowly too. I low-key do wonder if we could burn a DVD faster. The skill involved? Yeah, the skill is called realizing that you should not be putting your money into the machine and walking out of the casino. Returns of 800 species in the same for real. Which took Aaron to yeah. It's probably that one where you fucking had to go hit all the points and you keep running out of time. That was painful, but like made sense. Painful in like a good old video games that are way too difficult. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah. I don't know if it's just nostalgia. I played a bit of Driver 3 this afternoon or this evening. Because I was like, oh, there's a PC version. I didn't realise. I thought it was only on PlayStation and Xbox. I was like, okay, I'll play a bit of this. Holy shit, that was not designed to be played on PC. Why the fuck is accelerate apostrophe? And left and right are Z and X? The arrow keys are on the keyboard. Use those. Or WASDs. But like, you know, if you're not going to use WSD, use the arrow keys. Why the fuck is accelerate apostrophe? Why is the burnout button backslash? Huh? And it's even on like controller, it was like slightly better, but like only in the car. If you're walking around, turning your character is right trigger and left trigger, and it very slowly rotates around. And it's like, what? Like, what were they thinking? Did they play this on computer at all? Or did they just play it on like PlayStation? Like, part of me is like, oh, obviously I need to try it on PlayStation now, because I remember that game being quite fun to fuck around in. I don't think I ever played the missions. I just think I just went on the free roam and just like kill people, because the last time I played Driver 3 I was like 10, and I wasn't allowed Grand Theft Auto. I remember Mum getting really annoyed when she realised we were shooting police officers. My friend had brought it over, or we'd rented it from Blockbuster. I can't remember. Either way, she was not a happy chappy. But yeah, I was just sort of like, oh, this is not as good as I remember. It's been way more fun. I'm starting to wonder if it would be way more fun if the controls went complete and utter dog. That is hilarious. That all the retries, even at 800%, is 9 minutes. That could be a whole ass video. Any day now. Oh. Well, I hope everyone else has had a lovely week this week. Or at least a, average week. Mine was going pretty good, to be honest. And this bloody laptop keeps wanting to do laptop things, like go to sleep. It means this is taking way too long. Just probably this USB stick, to be fair. And the fact that this is like a 3 gig ISO of a lot of little files. Oh my god, I just realised there's a fucking timer. We've been sitting here for 25 minutes. I actually could have burnt a DVD quicker. Where are my blank DVDs? What do you mean? About how long this is taking? I'm annoyed because my attention span doesn't really last that long. Alright, this is now officially a race. Can I open the same file in this and image burn at the same time? And does this DVD have anything on it? Image burn. Now it's the true battle. Burning a DVD versus writing a USB stick. Who will win? I subtly suspect the DVD drive, to be completely honest. true race for the ages. It's a little sad because the DVD's only running at 5 megasecond, which means the USB is going slower. If we really wanted to push it, I could probably also back up the BIOS chip at the same time. Oh fuck, that's what I forgot. I burnt the driver disk for this board. It's sitting in my room. Well, later on we'll run an ad and then I'll go and grab that. The other problem is now I gotta figure out where the DVD drive is. I have one really good one. It's not allowed to go in a computer because I need it. Because it's the only one of the only good ones I've got. Not to mention, once we've actually tested it, I've still got to actually pull the other computer to bits. Probably I want to test the CPU and graphics card out of the case first before we put it in the case. Maybe the case is the problem. I'd hope not. It's a fairly newish case. Like, it's from a recycled computer. Like all my good parts. That's right. The other thing that's in that box of cards we've got to test is the Mac graphics card. I also need to get that other one sent off. It's next in the queue. I had something I needed to send to a mate in Australia that I've done this week. Just left me a little bit poor. It was cursed. Killed 3 AMD setups and 6 months. Fuck. That must just be like a grounding thing, right? No, is this a brand name case or is this just a generic gaming case? Actually, oh, this is Cooler Monster, that's right. Like all my good gaming cases. Really getting clapped out shit. That'll do it. That's why we're not ever doing AMD Athlon 64 on this channel. Every board I own of it just dies. Doesn't matter the brand, doesn't matter the quality. I could have a flash one or a cheap one. They all die, so we're not looking at them anymore. Bad PC. Oh, that is so true. I'm still slightly annoyed about how many boards I thought were like faulty. That just happened to be crappy power supplies. Not putting out the right voltages and things. I've still got to have another look at Birdboard when I get the chance, because I do think I was using the wrong power supply for it. Well, no, not the wrong power supply. The power supply I was using was no good. Birdboard requires me to put a little bit more effort in than I'm willing to put in at the minute for Athlon XP, however. I've sort of come to the conclusion that, like, I'm just going to stick with my, what do you call it? My Intel machines of that age. Because of how much bad luck I've had with old AMD lately. Modern AMD, no problems. Like my current machine, I built the system 2020, no, 2019 was when I originally sort of the first version of it, and then it's just had upgrades, like a new motherboard when the MSI motherboard shit itself, because it was an MSI, which stands for must shit itself. And like new graphics card and things like that. But like other than that, it's been rock solid. I never had a problem with the processor or anything like that. And once I bought an Asus board, problems went away. Yeah, DVD is winning by a fucking landslide victory here. I don't think we should have just burnt a DVD to begin with. Now the question is, yeah, no. USB 2 USB stick versus DVD. DVD wins. Right. I'll be right back. I'm just going to find this DVD drive while this tries to finish copying. We'll see how long it took overall. Okay, I can't find it, but this is almost done. And the DVD will come in handy for later. So, not 0% chance that it's actually still in the back of the car. Because I'm pretty useless at remembering to get things out of the car. And at the minute, it's not like it's going anywhere. And it's like, that wouldn't be an issue, but my keys are in the house. Alright. That took 40 minutes. Right. Alright. Now the question is, did it make the USB bootable? I sure hope so. Oh, you can't see this for some reason, but it's saying there's not enough RAM. That's hilarious. One moment. Let me put some more RAM in. In my defense, this is probably Hiren's Windows 10. There we go. Now it's got 4 gigs of RAM in it. Yep, 4096 megabytes. Okay. I should have realized when the boot.wim is 1.6 gig, it probably needs at a minimum 2 gigs. 4 is probably even cutting it fine, but we've got another 2 gig sticks to chuck in if we need. Because this will be running 8 in its final configuration. Yeah, I completely forgot that. Yeah, we would obviously need RAM. God. Well, 8's what we had in the other board. Because I've got 4 matching 2 gig sticks. They're all just like Samsung DDR2800, like generic. You know, no OS, this is 10, I think, that we're booting up right now. This is an updated Hirons. Hence why it's so slow. That's also, we're loading it from that USB that just took 40 minutes to boot. Because I don't know where my good optical drive is. Well, sorry. I'm pretty sure it's still in the car. Because I can't see it in the obvious places where I like to put it. Which is within arm's reach. Unless it's piled a few computers under in one of the hordes. I doubt it. Then, yeah, it's probably still in the car. So I chucked it in the car as like you know, if we need an optical drive, I've got the good one. I'd actually, so annoyed. I'd planned, like, I had so much spare stuff. I'd packed, like, pack of blank discs, like, extra, like, IDE cables and things, like, just in case, you know, people had problems getting their machine to go. I'd bring spare parts. Oh, fat lot of good that did me. But, I had others in mind. Yeah, I had my like repair kit shit with me, like bootable USBs with Windows on them and shit like that. And there's a couple like, you know, the 95 OSR2 disc and things like that. Because I thought, well, I don't know what other people have. Maybe they need the driver disc. Like an extra fucking hard drive. Like just a 4 gig IDE that I'd found. No, I was very prepared. If only I had brought another alternator with me, then I would have been sorted. But no, I intend to go to the next one if there's a next one. And the next time, I'm just gonna rent a car. I'm just not even. Oh my god, is this 11? Oh no! I didn't realize this was maybe Hiron's 11. Oh god. Oh shit. Oh no. Well, if it can run this, it can surely run Vista. Oh god. This is Windows 11. Oh my god. So this is an introduction to being carried by your graphics card, I think is what we're going to see. Given the GTX 750 is a lot newer than the Core Duo that's in here. Dynamic. Because we're not actually going to connect this to the network. It's just the same stuff. Yeah, it's just the stuff that's off the programs folder on the USB. Okay, well, welcome to Windows 11 on a 4GB RAM Core Duo. Right. Yes, it's 4GB RAM, Core Duo E7500, EVGA, GeForce GTX 750. I think that's right, yeah. Not really any benchmarking in hardware info. It's not like IDA 64 where you can. We can see what the temperatures look like at least. No, it's not broken. No, we accidentally booted into much too new an operating system. But yeah, everything's looking good. Temperatures aren't ridiculous. And if anything's going to be putting a load on the system, it's this. This is the bit I'm happy about. It's got a bloody gigabit Ethernet chip in it, and it's working. Cool. Well, I don't think there's actually a way to stress the machine from diagnostic. What do we got? Oh, there's hard drive diagnostic. Duh. We do Windows memory diagnostic. No thanks. I know my RAM's good. 11 PE, yeah, just a little bit. That was not by. I thought this was 10, which is still, you know, a little bit too new, but not 11. But I don't know. I mean, it's working. This is probably a good stress of the machine. Oh, here we go. We can stress the CPU this way. Put load on. Yeah. What's it like compared to a 13900K? Just a little bit behind. What about an E8500? Yeah, we're not too far behind. as turboing, or you know, at least running at the full clock speed. Okay. Well, we now know it can run 11. Can it run Vista? So I missed that message about Vista on a classic Pentium. Yeah, there might be some issues with that one. Well, I swear I've seen someone run like XP on a 486. Like, it takes a lot of effort and it's like not usable. But like you can get CPU-Z to show up. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pull out the 750. And I'm going to pull out the Core 2 Duo. I'm going to swap parts out from the main machine onto the test bench. And we'll see if... Although not with Windows 11. Why has this thing got 2 optical drives in? Yeah, anything above 7, you need NX bit or something like that on the CPU, which the later Pentium 4s have, and I think the first Athlon 64s have. Athlon XPs, I know from trying at the time, can't run anything newer than 7. So I tried to get 8 to run on my Athlon XP back in the day. Because I apparently have always just... Oh yeah, you also need SSE 2, but like I think with 8 you didn't need SSE 2. You could get around that with a patch, but you still needed like that CMPX HG whatever the fuck instruction. I remember getting like a leaked like technical preview or something like that of 8 that apparently you could patch run on these older machines, but just I could not get it to boot. So it wouldn't even boot the setup. My flatmate's playing League because I can hear him. Normally I can't hear him when I'm out here. Oh, I forgot how fucking cramped some bits of this build were. So I'm just pulling out the graphics card. My Albitron. What is this again? Like a 9600 GT or something like that? 9500 GT? I bought it because it's an Albitron. Take the RAM out. And we will extract the CPU. Oh, you can get around that one too. There's a patch you can do to 11 that lets it run on like Core 2 Duos and Pentium 4s again. I think it's something to do with the NVIDIA driver that limits it to like Ivy Bridge. I don't remember for sure, but I do remember reading about that at the time. Might be like AVX or something like that. I don't know. I sort of stopped caring once I was able to make money to buy computers that were new enough. And there's no need to run 11 on a fucking second gen Core i5 or like, God forbid, a Core Duo. Ooh. I have extracted the Core 2 quad. Now I need to put something in the socket, otherwise I'll end up damaging the pins. But this board is already munted, so like, how much do I really care? Alright. Oh fuck, why is it still so heavy? Right. Back. I need to get more thermal paste. Ironically, I was going to get more thermal paste on Thursday. See how that plan might have potentially been disrupted. Alright, let's plug in Albatron. The 6-pin is on the wrong side of the motherboard. Because it's on the test bench, that means probably removing the whole damn motherboard. Never mind. I have freed it. I don't know for sure I'd recommend cheap test bench. Like, it's kind of handy, but also on the other hand, it makes things just sometimes much more annoying to deal with. Especially because it's not the easiest to like hot swap things on and off of. Probably wasn't terrible at running, you know, a bunch of different operating systems. Was, yeah, like Carson said, probably a bit of an issue with the older stuff, unless it's like all heavily modded and patched. I'm just getting the SSD plugged in. And then we'll flip the power on. Alright. I've only got 4 gigs of RAM in here for now. If it'll boot, then we'll bring it up to 8. If not, then we'll start investigating why it won't boot. I have high hopes. Well, we've got fan spin. Hey. Okay, this is a brand new battery, so that's annoying. I think on the other machine I had it set up as an IDE. Quad to quad. How is the temps? Yeah, it's not too bad. Alright, we'll see. We'll get it into Vista first before we start changing the RAM. Good sign. Just needs drivers and things. Ah, damn it, it's just reinstalled the USB drivers. I like how tolerant like Vista is of just swapping motherboards. I swear like XP you do this and XP just fucking packs of shit. Windows, I'd like my mouse back, thank you. If the only thing we're missing is the Ethernet controller. Oh, it just froze. Let's quickly restart. Maybe that was just a lot of drivers for it to do all in one go. Okay, it is now not posting. I do have an idea. let's try that. Well, that's not a good sign, is it? So I've just put the 750 back on. Just on the off chance it's a graphics card issue. But given that the system just powered off, I'm not certain. I need a PC speaker. No beep. That's not good. Don't tell me this board died on the beach. No way. God damn it. It is not posting and not BIOS beeping. Apparently, I might have I'm not even 100% certain how. We installed drivers and then it froze up. And then, yeah, I restarted it and now it doesn't power on. Like, it's possible. I could put the Core 2 Duo back in. Like, I hope it's not, because this board is now, like, brain dead. Nope. And this doesn't have parallel, so I can't use my fucking parallel port adapter. Card thing. Last Hail Mary. Let's unplug the graphics card. If we can get a BIOS beep, that'd be nice. Yep, no, I think it may have given up the ghost. Gonna try one more thing. Cause it's definitely not happy. I don't know how just installing the drivers to do this though. It's the annoying part. Just for shits and giggles, we'll try it with the graphics card again. Nope. All right. I can't say I'm too shocked. This was a barn find motherboard, effectively. I'm guessing what's probably happened is there is still a lot of like clippings and shit on it that are with obviously like under heat sinks and things that I couldn't see. I imagine it's just shorted out on one of them and killed the board. This is a shame. But we have another board. So while this one rides off into the sunset, bring in yet another fighter. Something I'm going to do as a precaution is we're not going to use my chip, the Core 2 Duo or the Quad. I'm going to grab the CPU off out of your Gigabyte board and we're going to try that. Alright, I've just powered it on. Yay! Not dead. I'll point out, this is with the processor your Gigabyte board came with, and the 750 currently. None of the parts from the Core 2 Quad are currently in use. I should plug a keyboard in. Oh! This is not the CPU out of your board, this is an E8400. But it is working. Where's the Core 2 Quad out of that board then? Oh, here it is. Q6700. Well, for now, this is working. I don't want to mess with it too much. So what we're going to do is, it's been a couple hours. I'm going to probably finish up for the night. I'm going to try and go and get some thermal paste from PBTech tomorrow. Because I'm concerned that something got too hot. We're going to repaste the motherboard and then put fresh paste on the CPU because the tube of deep cool stuff I've got has pretty much run out. So I can't actually paste up a new CPU right now anyway. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll do that. Get the machine up and running. And then later on next week we'll move it into the case. And hopefully that'll be the end of it. I'm upset about that other board, but it is what it is. I don't think the heatsink off of it will fit on this board though. There's like mounting pegs for like half of it, like that cover the VRMs. There is no way in hell that would fit next to the CPU core. This is like a skinny ATX board, where the P5K is a wider one. But yeah, so that's the plan. I need to go away and acquire some components, but we're gonna try. We're gonna just avoid my CPU because I don't know if it's that or if it's just my boards are poorly stored. Like no guarantee this will keep working. But that's the plan. Thanks everyone for hanging out. And we'll catch you all next week. Well, tomorrow. Not next week. I have to say, before we go, is anyone else streaming with the Huck? I know he was at lunchtime. Easy. Alright, catch you tomorrow.